Alright, so we did the head last video. As you can see, it's finished now, and if we take another look at it, as you can see, the geometry is nice and clean. We added some depth, and we added a nice little bevel and some extra resolution here to make the corners sharp. So hit 3 and you got this nice smooth head here. Right, okay, so let's finish off the rest of the head. So we've got the eyepiece here, and it's fairly simple by the looks of it. Let's take a look. We can grab the edge loop here and just pull it in a bit more so it doesn't show. And what can we do? We can grab the edge here, and again, just do a bevel and segments 3 fractions, bring it in so it's kind of like nice and tight. There you go. Let's isolate it just so we can focus on it, and I want to grab the multi-cut and just to add some more edge loops just to sharpen it slightly. I'm going to select all these faces here and then do an extrude R and just scale it in. So what I can do is when I grab the mesh tools multi-cut, I can add some more edge loops here to sharpen the surface there, and then just hit 3 and you have a circle. And if you take a look, it's not a circle. So back to 1, it's a 7-sided shape that looks like a circle. And so you can ask yourself, wow. Also, this part here seems to stretch down a little bit, as you can see. So let me just do the EP curve tool so it kind of comes down like this, there, and maybe across there. That's what it looks like. So isolate, select. So we thought we had finished, but we haven't. So we want to just kind of make sure that the pivot is in the center. So let's just stretch it out a little bit. So that's fine there. And here, this part here seems to stretch even more. So we can grab all of these vertices here and just stretch it down. It's about here. And maybe these need to come up. And let's grab the vertex in the center here as well and just kind of bring it. And I would say that's more or less done. And let's see what we've got now. And this is what we have. Now when we hit 3, it becomes very circular, but we want to maintain these sharp edges here. Now another thing is the middle here is very messy. So when you've got messy geometry, what you can do, Control Delete, is get rid of them and add some clean geometry instead. So this goes there. So this is a 4-sided shape, however this is a 5-sided shape. So what we can do is hold down Control, middle mouse click. So we've placed another edge loop here in the center, and we can actually connect these two edges now. So they run all the way down. And so now we've got nice clean topology. So now what we need to do is grab these edges here. So all I did was like double click and then just say bevel 2, and then let's bring the fraction down. You see, now when you hit 3, it maintains the sharpness. So now we can do it to these sides as well. So to bring the fraction down. So there you go. And also here, bevel 2 and bring the fraction down. And finally this top one here, I believe. Yep. So bevel segments 2, just bring the fraction in. So there you have it. Now the other thing is we've got all these like weird shapes here that we need to deal with, because we need to have 4-sided shapes. So we can say, alright, let's just connect. Let's see these edges like that, and these edges here, and these edges here, and there you have it. Now we have four-sided shapes by the looks of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's nice and done, really. We've now, if you hit 3, we've actually finished that. And let's hit 3 on there. It is. And this is what we've got. I got a funny feeling this is out a bit too much. Let's take a look. Well, you can't really tell from the front here, but I'm just going to push it in a bit more, to be honest with you. And so obviously this needs to come in more as well, like that. Okay. Maybe just bring it out a bit more. Alright, okay, so what we now have is this piece here, and again, grab this edge loop here and this edge loop here and do a bevel edge, let's say 3, and then bring the fraction in so it's nice and tight. And then to make it even tighter, I would add an edge loop here, 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 and here. So I'll hit 3, and there you go. And then this piece is just, because it's a flat piece, you don't need to do anything else to it. And then finally we've got this breathing thing here. If we take a look at what it is, yeah, okay, so it's kind of like a tube really. It's more of a tube than let's see what we can do with it. Oops, I didn't mean to get the head, I wanted to get this. Let's push it in, something like that. And let's isolate it. So I pushed it in, and what we can do, I'm not sure if I like the bottom part. Yeah, and the top part, I'm going to get rid of them. There we go. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's better. Okay, so what I want is for it to be like cylindrical. Now if you take a look, the fall off from this corner to there is just straight. I want it to sort of like curve, and that's when you use the multi-cut and switch on edit edge flow. Boom, there you go. You get your curve, and then I want the curve to be symmetrical. I believe like here, this is way more curvier than around here. It's a bit too flat. So select this edge flow, and that's when you use the edit edge flow. There we go. So it creates a much more evened out curve. So now if you take a look, it's more tubular like, and we can as you can see now, that looks pretty good. Okay, and so if you take a look at the image, yeah, you got just a couple of cuts, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we can, let's have a look, what can we do? I'm going to, let's have a look. I think these 2 edge loops will do a bevel edge, bring it in. There we go. Maybe just a bit wider, that will do. And so now with these faces selected, we can do an extrude and just push them in and just scale them down. There we go. So when you hit 3, there you go. That doesn't look too bad actually. Now Control S, save your scene. Now we can grab all these elements that make up the head and then do Control G. Now Control G puts everything in a group, and the pivot defaults in the center of the scene here, so we can center the pivot. So there we go, we have a group. So instead of calling it group 2, we can say head group, and we can clean it all up. So center pivot, delete history, freeze transformations, and that's everything with the head done for now. And there you have it. I'll see you next video.